So we're going to go through a beginner's gym program. So for those of you who just started out in the gym, this is the best thing for you to do. So each repetition, each move is a rep, and then a group of reps make up a set. So the exercise we're going to go through, we want you to do one set of 10 reps for your first circuit, and then we want you to complete 3 more circuits with 15 reps 3 times around. This is the leg extension. Works the thigh, but it's really important in a different way. It's not only working the thigh, it works the muscle that sits right on the inside of the knees, and then when you extend the legs, it really pulls on that, which helps to stabilise the knee joint. So not only is it a big muscle and a big calorie burner, it's great for the health of the knees. So we're going to set up. You want to have this an appropriate length, depending on how tall you are. Really tall people have it out here. Short people have it there. I'm going to put it on there. This doesn't need to be too tight. It doesn't need to be pulling your knee right open. So I'm just going to keep that at number 3. And you want to make sure that this pad is in the back of the knees. Okay, so you can adjust the chair. Okay. In terms of weight selection, choosing a fairly light weight. If it's too light, it's very easy to put the weight up. If it's too heavy, that can cause issues, especially when you're new. So I'm going to put that on 10 kilo. Now, you want to sit upright, with a straight back, with your shoulders back, and your tummy tucked in. And then you extend all the way up, and then control down. So, just like everything else, it's a controlled movement. And make sure that you lock out at the top, because when you lock out, that's when it's hitting these muscles and really pulling those kneecaps up and in and stabilising that knee joint. So that's the leg extension. So this exercise is the chest press. It's the pec, the front of the shoulder and the back of the arm. So instead of doing an exercise like a tricep push down or a behind the head tricep, which just does the back of the arm, I'm going to bring a lot of muscle in, so more calorie burning, more fat burning. So you're going to select the weight. Again, if you go a bit too light, that's okay. That's better than going too heavy at first, and it's easy to adjust. You're going to push that forward. You're going to grab hold of the handles, make sure it's nice and even. And then you push forwards. And what's common on this one is for people to push and reach forwards. What you want to do is you want to keep the shoulder back into the sockets. So just like everything else, it's not just about the muscles that it works, it's about making sure that the body holds in the way it's supposed to. So controlling back, not too deep, and then pushing forwards. Nice controlled movement. And then once you're done with that, leg goes on. So you can bring that back, get rid of the hands so the shoulders aren't being pulled back, and then just return the weight back onto the stack. So we're going to go through the lat pull down. And the lat pull down can have various grips on it. So again, you have the close grip or the wide. We're going to go with the wide. So select the right weight and make sure that this part is not in your way. If this is too low, you can't get your legs under. Or if it's too high, it won't support you either. So that's the right height for me. You're going to grip wide, but again, not too wide. Just a little bit wider than normal. And then you're going to sit down. Have a very slight lean back, and again make sure that the shoulders are back, and then pulling in there, and nice controlled. I try not to lock out my shoulders, I don't want this happening, just a very slight tension kept on. And then standing up and putting the weight back. So this is the wide pulley. This one, it can be a little bit complex to do, but it's a very effective exercise. Works the biceps, the back of the shoulder. It really hits the upper back like no other exercise. So we're going to select the weight. We're going to go really quite light on this one, so 5 kilo will do it first. Want the wide bar, so there's 2 handles you can have. The close grip handle or the wide, and we're going to stick with the wide. So you want a wide grip, but not all the way out, so just a little bit more than usual. You're pulling back, get the feet up, sit upright, and again, make sure the shoulders are back in the sockets, as you pull in, you're going to want to pull the elbows down. Make sure that they pull away from you. That ensures you're working the upper back. And when your arms go out straight, it's completely natural to want to round the shoulders again, but ensure that they stay back in the sockets. So it's not just about working the upper back, it's about the stability of your shoulder. And then it's pull it in, nice controlled. And then once you've done 10 or 15 of those, replace the weight. So we're going to go through the split squat. Works the thigh, works the groin, works the glutes, a lot of large muscles. Great for calorie burning, great for fat burning. So you want to begin with your feet about hip width apart, so not too wide. You have to take a step forward or a step back. So I'm going to take a step back, quite a large step. I'm holding weights, but you can do it just with your body weight and putting your hands on your hips. So I'm going to go there. My shoulders are back, my tummy's tucked in, everything's tight, everything's stable. You're going to lunge down. You don't want the knee to quite touch the floor, but go pretty deep. Make sure that your front heel does not lift off of the floor. If that lifts off of the floor, you're putting too much pressure through the knee and it's no good. And again, nice control, about 10 to 15 of those. So we're going to go through the crunch. Great for the abs, but also great for the core if you're doing it the right way. What we're looking for is make sure that your belly button is tucked in and also squeeze the pelvic floor. Put your fingertips behind the ears but not behind the head, so just supporting the weight of the head. And then you're lying down and feel like you're trying to push the lower back just a little bit towards the floor. And then you're going to crunch. It's a controlled movement. Everything stays tucked, everything stays tight. What you're not doing is a sit-up. It's not a sit-up. And then squeeze. Any pain in the lower back, just stop and seek some help. And it's a controlled movement. Really good for your core, really good for your abs.